Podfix.
Hey, this is Nate Bargatze, and you're listening to Mouse and Weens.
Mouse and Weens and a 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 mouse and Weens, mouse and Weens and a mouse and Weens.
Hello. Woo woo. Okay, that was really awkward. I was trying to be really excited. Sorry.
We're both not, right? Are you?
I mean, it's just we rushed to get here. Hi, everybody. This is Mouse and Weens. Thanks again for joining us. Again, so many episodes. This is fun. But yeah, it was a rushy around day. I'm the mom one who drives children around from one activity to another. Today it was gymnastics and getting dinner. I have to make sure they have full bellies so that I can sit down and record so they don't come knocking at the door. But,
And she rescheduled 3 times today.
Okay, now, not coming out of the bat. I did the first one for you. I was ready to go. You were freaking out about your day because you're Julianne.
You had we had planned on 1:00,
which was fine with me. That was always going to be fine. Do you remember your freak out today?
1:00 did not work for you. You said, can we do it at 12? I have to leave at 1. So you changed it to 12.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
But
and we have talked about this.
I know. I only needed like 10 extra minutes though. I had 35. So I was like, can we start a little sooner? But then that was when you were like, I have just back to back. I mean, every minute counts. I was like, okay, we'll do it later then. This is our problem. We need to go to couples therapy for this because I don't want to step on your toes. Maybe you don't want to step on my toes. We're sisters, for those of you who can't tell.
I do want to step on toes.
Oh,
no, I just want to honor
right.
time frames because I get latched onto a time and then I plan everything accordingly. And then often you will arbitrarily cancel.
Okay.
And it drives me. And most of Los Angeles is like this.
Okay. I'm so sorry it drives you crazy. I try so hard, but I do have 3 kids, 3 different schedules, and every day is a little bit different. So I said 1:00. I had to pick up my daughter at 1:35. We try to record 45 minutes. I just needed 10 minutes on the front end. I got off early. I got home at 11:30.
I just checked out a while ago. Sorry.
Okay. God damn. Do you want to not do this? We can reschedule for another day when you're in a good mood. Shall we?
I'm in a good mood.
Judges, anyone out there?
I'm in a good mood.
Weens is in a good mood. Okay. All right. Should we start over?
No,
we're going for
real life. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I also said I was kiddingly, well, I guess not kiddingly. We were just talking about a subject. I said she has a busy life and that's fine. And I was okay and all is well. I really did show up saying, if I were working right now on a film, you would be accommodating. So
thank you.
And I am not as busy as you are right now. So I get it. I was just wondering what the...
I know. Because we have luckily your classes are asynchronous, but those deadlines, you have to hit them. Asynchronous meaning you can kind of do them however it works for your schedule, right? As long as you get your deadline in. I have deadlines. All of a sudden, I'm in a new world of I work now. I have a job. I have a jobby job. And I have to be there at a certain time and I clock out at a certain time and I pick up children at a certain time. Different worlds.
Yeah.
But the same. So sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
We can agree to disagree on this one or be
accommodating. I think let's work on setting a time that actually ends up working. If we stick to it, let's have it be one that works.
Okay.
No?
Yes. When I originally said 1:00 on Wednesdays, God, this is nuanced bullshit. Nobody wants to hear this. But 1:00 on Wednesdays never works because I always have to pick up Charlotte at 1:35 on Wednesdays. I didn't look at my calendar. It's her one early day of school.
Oh, okay.
So we'll pick another time. We're trying to be consistent and it's hard. It's hard. Life is tough. I would love to hear from other podcasters. What is your schedule? I want to know are we the only ones that are loosey-goosey all over the place or should we be tighter? Do we like it this way?
I like routine. I'm getting old.
I know.
I like it to be
Fly by the seat of the pants Weens.
Not
Those are
anymore.
old
I
names.
well, because what happens, I'm so freaking all over the place that I like have this vision in my mind of a time and it works. And then I plan everything else around that one time that I have to be available to be accountable. Maybe I'm like hyper accountable because I used to be kind of flaky. And so I realize other people have to wait for me and I don't like jerking people around. So I try to be very precise and on time because I also realize, but then what happens is I'll like anticipate that time coming up all day long. I'll be like, oh, 2, I have to do that thing. Oh, at 2, I have to show up. At 2, I have to make sure I'm there. So then,
and then you can't focus on anything else. Are you
I mean,
the little old lady going to the doctor's
yes.
office?
I'm like the little old lady. Well, yeah, I try when it's personal to, if other people are involved, I try to honor them so much that I don't want to screw up, that I kind of obsess about not putting the other person out or screwing up, that then, but they'll just cancel on
But
me
then
all
you
the
get so
time.
pissed. But it was only like 1 10-minute adjustment. And then this ended up being, well, okay, I was a little more late on this end because I have to feed my whole family. Otherwise, they're knocking at the door. Mom, what's for dinner? So what do you want? Like, it's fucking hard to plan and have a family and have a job now. Honestly, it's a lot, man. I wrote an email. We're trying to figure out a girlfriend's birthday and celebrate her. We're trying to figure out how to fit in a Friendsgiving. I have another trip coming up I have to squeeze in. Everything's getting rearranged. And dude, it's crazy. And I said, I wish I could go back to the days when I just had a little baby and that was my one job. And what are we going to do with the baby today? The naps, the play dates, and the occasional going out with other moms. It was so easy. Now they're
You
all
also had a lot, you were very mellow during the pandemic. You liked your little house on the prairie life.
I did.
And now you're back to craziness.
Yes. Although it's always been busy, it was just a different type of busy. Now this is like a physical driving busy. And before it was just schedules busy. This is a great episode. I am so glad we're here talking about time management. Anyone else dealing with this? Please write in. I don't want to feel alone. I wonder if there's something wrong with me that I can't, I don't know. There's also more traffic these days. Okay, let's stop. This is boring. Oh my God, annoying.
We don't have to talk about this, but yes,
right.
There's something with you and time management that we could look at this. It's not the first time this has happened. I will just say it's historical. I love you.
You know what it is? I'm also optimistic. I think I can get across town in 15 minutes because that's how it always was, except more people are moving here. There's more traffic. They ripped up a road. We have to do detours and stuff. So I need to give myself more driving time. And I have to think about people needing food. Forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
Forgot they need food.
understandable.
Yeah.
That's good. I think the first step is admitting. Very good, Joelle.
All right. Now you
give yourself more time.
Could also be adjustable, maybe, knowing that I have a crazy schedule and kids with needs and drivers that don't drive themselves yet. And so maybe you could be like a window. It doesn't have to be 1 o'clock exact. It could be plus or minus 15 minutes because we know that to make Joelle at 1 o'clock be there exactly is tough.
Okay.
Could you add that into your brain?
Sure.
A little bit?
I'd be willing to do that. And we've just communicated. So I can do a window and you can, because we were both trying to hit this big mark, but we could have done a window. That's fine too. So let's do that. It'll be like a delivery window.
I like it. I am a plumber. Here's my crack. I give you 4 hours. I will be there at some point during these 4 hours. Sorry. Well, that's how it is.
That's all right.
You know what I think about clocks and schedules?
Fuck them. I know this about you. When did that happen? When did this happen?
I don't like people telling me what to do, man. This is a new revelation. I realized I'm, rebelling against people telling me what to do. I like being in charge. Yeah.
Where did you find this out?
We went to Scottsdale, you and I, on our big road trip. And we went to the She Podcast Conference. This is a conference for female podcasters. They had it. I think this is the third annual, but last year was virtual, or maybe they canceled altogether. I can't remember. This is the first one we've been to. But yeah, we got there. We had our whole thing. But going through, what was it? We went through the vendor area and they had this really cute couch. And you were trying to direct me. You were like, Joelle, go sit on that couch. Here, I'll take a picture of you.
Okay, let me back this up.
Okay.
Joelle really wanted to go into this vendor area. So it's a room and you walk in and you're basically walking into a sales pitch at every little station. I mean, they were very sweet. They're all really lovely and wonderful.
But to walk over and get the t-shirt or get the sticker, you have to exchange some information. You talk a little, Yeah.
So there was like a podcast hosting thing like Burberry or
Blueberry. That's our host. Yeah. Blueberry. But they took out all the vowels. It's like a cool way to spell it.
Okay. So that, and then like microphones.
Yeah. You were calling it Burberry because you worked there and sold scarves or something, right?
I worked at Burberry in New York. Yeah. At the advertising agency for them. That was Richmond, Lipton and Green. That's what I had to answer the phone. Richard Lipman and Green. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
Now you walk through these little boothy areas and each little booth has a different service for podcasting. That's what it is. So Joelle, we keep stopping and I, didn't really necessarily want to go except they had some treats. So I was going for the chocolate and maybe a cup. I was happy, but I also felt guilty. But, and did you just toot?
No, I have a squeaky chair. So.
Oh, and then, so Joe, I'm just going with the flow. And then as I'm going, I just start to like ask some questions. And Joelle, meanwhile, is just like, well,
again,
you know everything. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So for those of you, we're going to pull back the veil a little bit. For those of you who don't know about our podcast, I'm kind of the behind the scenes.
She does everything.
The IT person, figuring out all the systems, posting all the stuff. Weens is a great editor. She originally did all our editing, but then since school and I wanted to learn too. So I watched over her shoulder and learned how to edit. So I've taken over editing.
And here was an agreement too, that because I said, I don't have the bandwidth mentally to do much more than just edit and do music and show up.
Right.
Because I knew it was another crazy open-ended project. And I saw your passion and I said, I don't know if I could have that same level of commitment at the moment.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't where my brain's at.
And Julianne, you've done a lot of these artistic projects with people where everybody puts all this energy into it and they're so excited. And there's so many. And let's say that they haven't panned out the way that they were planned, right? I mean, movie ideas and business ideas and this idea and that idea.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it. And I think you have that optimism I might have had before, doing a million different projects where you really, it's realistic though. Weren't we on a couch story before?
Yeah.
I need to set myself up to have a job with income because I can't afford to not. So I can't afford the time maybe to just have fun. At the moment, I've just set up a whole life with income. So
I know. Yeah, this is something most podcasters deal with is, wow, we're going to be the next Joe Rogan and make millions. Well, what are the chances that you're going to be the next Michael Jordan and be the best basketball player in the world with contracts? It's just not available for everybody. So sure, there might be some that hit it rich, but it's a big, huge space. As you know, there's a million podcasts out there. So we are doing it for fun, but we could make money at it, but we'd have to be 100% hustle, which usually means you have to be sitting on some big nest egg to afford you that ramp up, which we don't have. So yeah, so it has to be.
We could, save money and do it, and then there's no guarantee either, even if you do it that way with a bunch of money behind it, right?
So we decided to keep it as just a passion project. We talk about what we want to talk about. We're not beholden to anyone, anything. And we love each other and love talking. Right, Weens?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we decided I would do kind of the work side of it and that you would bring the talent and you would also edit when you had time in your schedule. So
Yes.
that was our
I
deal.
always said I would edit. That was my thing I said I would do the whole time. So I apologize that life has changed because
Yeah.
I said I will always edit. I will always do music. I will always show up. And I will do it with a non-sour attitude, which I'm going to apologize for that. Well, I've gotten a little sour lately only because I'm so stressed.
I know.
I
We all are.
apologize.
Now I don't have time to
All
do the
right.
editing and shit either. But okay, wait. So back to the conference. So Sweet Weens is walking around the
Sweet
vendor,
wiener.
Sweet Wiener, walking around the vending area because everything's new to you. And this is why I kind of wanted to get you there too, so you could see like we're not alone sitting in our rooms on a microphone. It actually is this huge community. It's an industry. There's people with vested interests that want to help us, who also want our money, but they do. Everybody's, and it's such a great community online. Everybody's so supportive. They're really, I've maybe heard like one or two kind of backstabby things that have happened. We had a questionable thing a long time ago, but it's super supportive. People are there for each other. It's kind of like independent indie art, rise up, we all want each other to win. So, but you were starting to get a taste of that. You were walking around talking to people, you were picking up cups and candy.
I just
and
wanted
then
shirts.
Yeah, but you were like, oh, this product sounds really great. Tell me about your service. And I was kind of like, we're on a little bit of a schedule. I want to get over and see this thing and do that thing we were trying to record. So yeah, I was sort of pulling at your sleeve. And
but I didn't feel the pulling. You didn't pull. If you pulled, I would have gone.
Well,
I'm standing there awkwardly going, hi, we're making eye contact and I just stole your cup. I guess I'll ask you about your product. I don't have that
good.
cold, distant snake-like thing that you do.
Where I can just say, bye, thank you. We don't need your services and walk away.
You eat their Reese's and then you just blow them
I
off.
did no eating. I really didn't go for the swag. I did want to talk to a couple people about
well, you needed
editing. We needed a code word. We're like in couples therapy again. When you go to the dinner party, we need the code word to signal, cut the convo.
Yeah.
Let's scoot. Let's go to the next thing. Because you're so sweet. You're the eternal interviewer and you wanted to know everybody's story. You were great though. No, everybody loves you. It's so fun to talk to you and easy to talk to you. And that's the personable part of Mouse and Weens when we're together.
Oh,
so
I love you. Suddenly I love you again.
Oh,
keep talking.
See, you're the human side. I'm the robot.
Point. Dun,
we
dun,
got
dun.
to the end of the row. There was this beautiful couch.
It was this oversized Alice in Wonderland multicolored patch couch, and it was so cute. And it was meant to
very Instagrammable,
emasculate you, the aggressive mouse over there. And so it was such a cute photo. And then I could tell she was mad. You're like, Mom, I could see it the second you have a snirk in your eye.
And then just ready to go.
You just wanted to go. And I was like, let me take your picture on this couch. It's what it's meant for. It's so cute. And you were like, I don't want anyone telling me what to do. And then I took your picture and you were flipping off the camera and you were really mad. So
Spread eagle. It's an embarrassing picture. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll post
and it was real. That was a real pissed offness. And I had no idea why. It was passive aggressive piss because I was just like, burr, burr, burr.
It's like sitting through a long church service when you know that
you don't believe in God, as you don't either.
Oh, God.
Heathen.
What is happening right now? No, it's any situation where you're stuck and you just want to go. And then someone's like, oh, wait, stay stuck one more moment. And you're like, bah, I just broke. So that was that. But then we came together and we took really nice.
But I think you said,
selfies.
I know everything.
I don't have time to breathe.
I don't have time to breathe.
Oh, I just wanted to go. Well, we never did get to our recording. We missed, I only went to 3 sessions. I didn't go to a whole lot, but I did spend time with the ladies at Brilliant Observations, which was a great bonus. I knew they were going to be there. So I was kind of hoping we'd see them and hopefully hang out and get to know them face to face because we know them online. I listen to their podcast. You listen to not as much. You're more of the.
No, they're awesome. And they taught me birds.
Oh, very nice.
I would listen to them on my hikes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're super wonderful people. It was so nice to see them in person.
I know. So we really bonded, and I got to ask all my behind the scenes questions. Okay, like, how do you guys do it? Because they really are a lot like you and I, where one does more the back end of things. And yeah, anyway, so the dynamics were really fun. And we wanted to get pictures with them and maybe even chat with them and record it if we could. But alas, our day just frittered away. And but it was good. We had fun.
This is the conference in Scottsdale, Arizona called
She Podcasts Live.
And it's all ladies.
Yeah. And Jessica Kupferman and Elsie Escobar run that conference. And Jessica used to be a host on Brilliant Observations. So it's very intermingled. Everybody knows everybody. And Amy, one of the co-hosts on Brilliant Observations, gave a really good talk on, the top 6 sins of podcasting, and then the top 10 rules of podcasting.
Do you remember a couple?
Be authentic.
Bad audio.
Yeah. Ditch
Those are
bad
the
audio.
sins. What are a couple sins?
That was one. Boy, I should have taken notes or taken a video. I was really in the moment, but now I don't remember. Probably because I was like, I know it.
Ah, there she goes. What about the positives?
No, the authentic part really struck me because, like us being anonymous the first year, Amy has gone by a pseudonym on her podcast. And she's just now starting to admit her real name. And she also has a whole side business where she consults people in marketing. And she didn't want her clients to know that here they are talking about this dirty thing and that dirty thing, as we do. And she thought, she might lose clients from it. But she slipped, actually, told her most worrisome client about her podcast. She listened, loved it, and then paid her to launch her podcast. So it all works out. So being authentic is a huge lesson we learned too. And I do kind of wish I could merge because I have the business Facebook, Joe Con, and then I have my regular Facebook, which is Joelle Con. And I wish I could merge them together because I really am all one person, and I could just share in one spot everything. But I don't know. In the beginning, we were just, I guess coming from a place of fear. Like, what are people going to think of us? They're going to judge us.
I like how you say we, because I was not a part of this. It was you were worried about this.
True, but you were too. You didn't.
I'm very confrontational today, huh? Sorry.
Yeah, really. Yeah. How's that period? No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not going to be that
pretty
person.
Bad. It's probably. It really was. Remember, I was crying because I was stuck in traffic going to your house. That was the start of it.
Yeah.
I can't take it though. I think it's pandemic, thin skin.
Yeah.
Still,
is that a
because I
thing?
haven't really gotten out. Well, yeah, it's a whole big there was a whole article, I think New York Times, about the impact this has had on people who aren't realizing it as they go back into the world. I mean, that's why I think the film business did the striking. Everybody is seeing what life could have been like, or what the nice parts of the ease and comfort. And now people are going back into traffic and flipping out and going back to the grind, and they're not taking it. Some people aren't going back to work at all.
They said that the rudeness of people to waiters and flight attendants and things is through the roof. Like, I forget the number, quadruple whatever was before, the incidents that they have to take note of. Tell me more about the strike. I want to hear about this and what's the status of it. For those of you that don't know, Weens over here, Julianne, is a locations person in TV and film and is part of a union, and took the whole pandemic off, really, but now things are starting back up. So what happened?
I think everybody went back to work and they aren't taking it. So the IATSE, which is it's not my union, but the International Artistic Alliance it's got about 62 1,000 different unions in it. Oh my God, my numbers, my brain.
Okay.
It's got a bunch of different unions like painters and grips and different unions are all under that umbrella. So I'm in the Teamsters just because that's who locations just kind of fell under that wing. They pick up different groups. So, but we were all in support of that IATSE strike, and they were asking for better wages and more turnarounds. We only have an 8-hour turnaround, which means you only get you could work a 18-hour day. IATSE. That's it. International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. Okay.
There you go. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was, well, yeah. What were your average days? Like when you were on a big film shoot, what was that average day like for you?
Films, 14 to 16-hour days.
16-hour days.
And often 18 or 20. Yeah.
18 to 20. That's only
Yes.
4 hours to eat,
Yeah.
sleep, shower, do all your stuff.
And drive home. And a lot of times you weren't close to the
Ah.
set. So you're supposed to work 12 hours.
Crazy.
And that's what you're paid for. But often if it was like my location, everything. You're the only person that knows all the ins and outs of your place. So you get there early. You have to open it. You have to actually open fences and let people in, the whole crew. So you let 100 people, 150 people in the actual location. Then you're there to make sure everything goes well. And the company starts filming, everything's smooth.
Right. Security shows up and
Yeah.
whatever needs to happen, firemen, policemen.
Yeah. Police, fire, that's all your gig. You're talking to them, making sure everything is cool, kosher, and then also
Neighbors.
everything, neighbors, anything that goes wrong, you're making sure it stays afloat. So a lot of times you don't leave until you're way into the day, until you're almost about to wrap, which you might have been there 4 hours before you started filming. And they always film 12-hour days, oftentimes 14, because the director might, need pickup shots. So you go into 14 hours, sometimes 16 hours. And so a lot of times I'll open a set and close the set if there's not enough people, which a lot of times there aren't enough people. Sometimes you'll get relief. Someone will come in, but still you're really on average, it was 14-hour days.
So how are they going to resolve that? Just say, here's a law and you can't break this law. And you're going to have to come up with more money for locations people so that you can have 2 people.
Mine wasn't, we weren't even in this argument really. So ours is still considered a 12-hour flat rate, which we never work 12 hours. We always work more. So it's already a shit deal pretty much. You're on a weekly. You are paid for 60 hours a week, but a lot of times we'll work 80 to 100 and not get paid for the extra time. Hopefully if the people are cool, they try to make up for it on the back end, but a lot of times that doesn't happen. So that's why I am a little bit of a disgruntled employee.
Yeah.
And I'm just burnt out. But with the other, like most of the guys, this whole thing happened because the streaming shows like Apple TV and whatever, all the streaming channels it was like the Wild West. Nobody knew what to do with it. So there's never really great rules put in place. It was kind of like the internet. It comes out, everyone uses it, and then they start cracking down on, wait, they're getting all this stuff for free. Wait, we have to. So there hasn't been a crackdown. And now these producers and things, they're just able to work people without a lunch. So a lot of people they're working through their lunches and not getting paid. They're working 18 hours and not getting paid. Well, they're setting the rates
Slavery.
for people. Yeah,
That's
it was
bad.
getting really nasty. So now they're asking for like 10-hour turnarounds, which means you can be off the clock and have 10 hours until you show up the next day for work.
Good.
So hopefully that will stick. And yeah, because
That's good.
before,
And that was the negotiated resolution, right?
I think they haven't, I don't know if it's all released yet, but that's what they said, that they got what they wanted. They're happy with it. And now all the union members, have to thumbs up it too.
Wow.
But the head of the IATSE said it's a good deal. And the producer said, we're happy. So
Good. Wow. Weens. So there's
crazy.
hope if you
Maybe.
decide to go back.
Yeah. I mean, it might
Banging
be
out
a
a
good time
degree.
to get out. Mine didn't really get that effect. I don't think we're going to change anything in ours. And so I still don't know if I would It's
You would
just
think-
abuse.
Yeah.
I have a crappy. I don't like locations, so
Yeah. Well, and hopefully
Well,
they'll just fall in line with the other union and have the same rules, maybe. I
yeah,
hope.
that'd be
As they
great.
should. Yeah. So when you guys are waiting for your Marvel movie to come out and you're like, they said it was going to be released this summer. What's taking so long? Please be patient because the cast and crew, they need sane hours. Well, cast probably isn't the same. I bet they let them come in 4 hours and then leave, right?
Yeah,
Are their hours crazy? No.
Well, they have trailers, so even if they have crazy
True.
hours. A lot of times they'll be in makeup for 4 hours, and there's sometimes if they have a lot of makeup, they'll be there 4 hours before everybody else.
Wow.
But they get to sleep in the trailer, and it's not ideal. They're also getting paid a lot of money. A lot of money.
Yeah. What's the craziest makeup thing that you've seen when you were working on TV or movie?
Let me think. I guess the Aquabats were so cool with their costumes and makeup. They were super fun. The Aquabat Super Show.
Yeah.
They had just really fun 1950s crazy, whatever, floating eye in the sky and like weird gerbil creatures and like a giant potato bug kind of things. And so those were always really fun.
We had that huge ant, and you let me bring the kids to the set one time, and I have a picture of little tiny Elliot head with this huge ant set of fangs or pinchers or whatever over him. That was so cool.
That was the man ant. Yeah, I think.
Man ant. Nice.
There's that. And then I remember we shot the Inception movie over at Leo Korea Beach, and there was the scene with the elevator on the sand, and that was just like, I guess that wasn't makeup. Sorry, but that
still
was really cool.
Effects. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Inception because it was also exciting to work on a Chris Nolan film, and then I turned down the Batmans because I was in New York helping Rachel with her grandma who had Alzheimer's. But those would have been fun too.
Inception was, who's the actor in it? I'm so bad with
DiCaprio.
movies. Yes, and I remember
he walked like Johnny Morgic.
Our childhood friend. You sent me a picture from way far away, and you zoomed in as much as you could, and you kind of like circled it, and you're like, there he is. It's Leo.
At Leo Korea Beach. I know. Joelle loves the celebrity photos, so I always make it
celebrities. Yeah.
I love it'll always have to be sneaky. I have to pretend like I'm on the phone, and then I'll have to take a picture. And I tell Joelle, no, you can't post this anywhere.
And I don't. I hang on to him until way after. Yeah. Can I finally post the Nathan Fillion at the craft services? Oh, great. I've been waiting on that one. Yay.
And I think I gave you the Always Sunny in Philadelphia guys too, or something with.
Oh, what was
I worked on the Mick with
the
main lady from Always Sunny, which I forget her name, Kristen Johnson. Ugh. Anyway,
nice. Point is you are going to get some sleep now if you ever go back to work doing that, but you are too busy.
I'm going to move in with you.
Yes, move in.
I'm starting to get nervous because I'm making a huge life change right now, and I'm starting to get freaky, like anxiety.
Really? Yeah.
Because I either go back to work or I don't. And if I don't, I'm going to have no income and it's going to be nuts. But then that will push you forward into a whole new direction.
That's right. I know. Face your fears to make the big change, right? And then see what comes from it. This is fun though. But any change you make is always change backable. You can
that's true. I forget about that.
Yeah, it's not life and death. Like, it's very gray. You can make new changes and new decisions.
But don't I bounce around? Because I'm always bouncing from place to place.
No.
And I was but I have a whole house that's settled in. Everything's like in the right place. Everything's in the right place. Do you know that one?
No.
But so what do you do when you are going to uproot yourself again?
What do you do when you're going to uproot? I would say lean into it. I would say adventure. I'm going to make a new room. I'm going to unpack my things in a new way. It's a chance to clean things out and start afresh. And
I'm going to be doing this in your house.
Great. Do it. I could use a change too. Let's clean out all the closets.
Really?
Junk a bunch of stuff. I can digitize all those photos that are in that one closet.
Really move in and then bring a bunch of plants and bring my cat and
Sure, do it.
really?
Yeah.
You don't like, but imagine the beginning of our talk and how, what if you have to
Hey,
be
you know
with me
what?
every day?
Your family. If we have problems, we'll hash it out. It's okay. You just have to promise to squeeze those lids shut on the food. That's it.
That's the only
Easy
thing.
peasy. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Joe.
Sure.
What a
It's
gift.
happening. Let's do
Really?
it. Yeah. Mouse and Weens forever. Mouse and Weens in the house.
Oh, do
It'll
I
be
have to use
great.
normal deodorant? You also yelled at me at the
Yes.
conference because I'm using patchouli, like weird natural deodorant.
Oh, those pits. I love you, but you're very hippie and it's natural. Great. There's no aluminum. I think aluminum might have something to do with how it works because it's cute. No, you're good. I loved our
You
hike.
don't smell
You don't smell. It's very
earthy.
earthy. Yes.
Natural.
Yeah,
Okay.
musky, like a little skunk just ran by from the earth. Just kidding.
Wait a second.
Wait. Can we insert some of our clips from our hike here? Because
Yeah.
we recorded some pretty funny stuff. All right, let's.
Okay, we went to Camelback Mountain, which Mom has. She was very, when I talked to her. Okay. Well, I don't want to say anything.
No, set it up. Go ahead. What?
I said, hey, so we went to Scottsdale. I said, have you ever been there? She said, yes.
Oh,
And I go, oh, well, it was really beautiful. We went to this Camelback Mountain. She said, that's the only mountain that's there in all of Scottsdale. So we went to the only place that came out of the earth and was different than the hot, flat rest of everything.
And
So-
boy, did we hit that hot spot. Everybody was there. It was what, 7:00?
Yeah. We thought
Sunday?
nobody would be out in LA. There'd be 2 people in all
Yeah.
of Griffith Park.
But it was hopping. Yeah.
It was-
So
And loud voices of people. Wow.
yeah. All right. So let's listen to some clips here. Also, at the end of the clips, I'm going to play our dream dinners. So
Ooh.
here we go. Everybody buy dream
around.
dinners. It's my favorite thing ever. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're in the car with Wind.
She says, doesn't it look like one of those butt plugs? I was like, or a nose. Where did you come up with that? It's just like, why does your brain go straight to there? And you're like, well, you know, you're the one that buys all the sex toys.
Look at that. It looks like the end of the vibrator with the little dilly-dally that goes up the rear.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
And then she claimed not to know anything
I don't
about
know anything about sex toys or
toys.
anything.
So I had to remind her about her shopping for dollars game show when she went into a sex shop. Not really, but
This is what she did just now, folks. She goes, you were the one who did like a shopping spree with your little cart all revved up, zoom, zoom, and went through the aisles pulling down paraphernalia.
yeah.
And then we were talking about the... I did do that. It was because they put me for panic attacks on Ativan. And I was out of my mind. And then I went to the doctor the next time. He's like, oh, by the way, don't go on any shopping sprees. People are known to get married. They sign contracts and don't do any of that stuff. This stuff. And I was like, stuff you could have told me yesterday before I spent $600 at a sex shop. But one of the things I got for some reason were these little clampy tassel boob things. I was like, wee! I never wore them, but I made Joelle try one on, and it just hurt. So you got these big National Geographic ankle shooter boobs with like a weird bird beak stuck to it. That's really like, ow! With like a little ostrich ball at the end. So it just didn't make any sense. Anyway, you have to make a left. Comfortable.
Wait, why are we stopping?
Because I don't like people crunching behind me. It makes me uncomfortable. It feels like someone's creeping up. But I'm gonna have to do it quick. Except then I slip. Cool.
And here we are in lovely Scottsdale. I would like you to notice Teats peaks with 2 little nipple tassels on the top. They're their ostrich feather pants. Look, one's a little bigger than the other, as we all are. You know, happens.
Anything else with this? Everything apparently is gross to this one.
Look like a big do. Just kind of. Have you ever been on a trail and had to go number 2 and you squat down and it kind of stacks right up?
Rocket poo poo.
Rocket poo poo. You know, it happens. All
Very
right.
beautiful.
Welcome to the potty in beautiful Scottsdale.
This one is a gross brain.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes, me too. All right. Dream dinners, you guys. Check it out. Okay, now
And
back to Scottsdale, Weens. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so dirty. I don't mean to be, but it just comes out. I think I get excited to be out of the house. I'm going back. I'm reverting.
you're really a pervert, really.
I'm
I used
not.
to call you a sexual science nerd
Oh, stop. I'm not.
because you mix in a little bit of your sassy sex into your brainiac persona.
My
You do?
dorkiness. No, sexy
Mm,
dork.
yeah.
It's in there somewhere. No, honestly, I could turn down the dork and turn up the sex if I needed to, or vice
Yeah.
versa. I'm very versatile that way. But you were bringing the comedy. I think my favorite was what we didn't show on film. This is going to be on YouTube too, but she stood at the edge of this rock and did this arm like whoa, 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 like swinging the arms around. And it was before we turned on the camera.
But it was a tiny little rock, but it looked like it could have been a ledge.
Yeah. And there are all these guys walking up. There's like 4 guys turning this little switchback, standing at the bottom watching her. And they all started laughing. And I was like, you do your best comedy on the trail, huh? This was like her gig. It was great. It was so funny.
Oh, I didn't even know they
Very
were
proud of
watching.
you.
So
Yeah.
I probably seemed like a jerk. I just walked by with my head down, like wacky, wacky. And then anyway, but it was
Everything
fun,
was
right?
so wacky and silly.
So
But yeah,
what-
it was really pretty.
What did you think of the whole conference and the experience?
I would like to announce that I like people.
Mm.
I like groups of people. I like being in the energy of groups of people. I may have tipped over. I wasn't sure if I was an introvert or an extrovert. I'm pretty darn sure I'm an extrovert. I really enjoy meeting people, being around people. I love that energy. What about you? That was my takeaway, was people need people.
People who need people. We really do, which is why I considered moving to your place, because I'm super isolating right now. And I
Yeah.
think it might be healthier and a better fit for all humans if you can
Yes,
live with some people.
that's right. And more on this for the patrons of our show. We are going to do a deep dive into why Weens might want to move. But patrons only, patreon.com/Mouse and Weens. Yeah, I'm excited to have you come down now before
Oh.
Halloween. We can get some spooky stuff in. We're going to the haunted trail. We're gonna
When?
you can help me in the garden.
The haunted trail is very cool in Balboa Park, by the way. If there's any local San Diegans, it's a really
Yes.
neat, at least when I went 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's like a mile long trail or something, and it winds through the dark Balboa Park trees and paths.
Ah.
And they hire people to jump out at you and scare you. They have this weird bus at the end with like zombie nuns or something. I don't know.
Oh
You
my
have to-
gosh.
that's how you have to exit. You have to walk through the bus
Oh
full
no.
of all these bodies. Yeah. So
Uh,
it's super creepy.
I
but
realized, so I did the haunted hayride with the girls here.
oh yeah. How was that?
It was cool. It was the Jennifer Mattins and about 5 other ladies, 6 other ladies, Cindy,
Wow.
Debbie,
Cindy, Debbie, Ricky, and Mike. If I like a girl, who cares who you like?
you just
Cool
did
it
this
down.
again. You can't have me say any name without you going, Cindy?
90s R&B guys.
I was
you
like,
all
who
know.
is that? Belle Bid DeVoe?
No, I have to look it up. I can't remember.
Okay. You
Ronnie,
told me that.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Okay.
Anyway,
hold
it was very like that. And I realized my default this time, because usually it was Tourette syndrome cussing when anyone scared me. And I thought that would happen. And I kind of warned everyone. I go, I'm sorry. Who was it?
New Edition.
Oh,
Thank you.
Cool,
Cool it now. Yes. But yeah,
but-
that's good. Are you better now?
This is my new thing. And I think it's because I've been alone so long. I just go, oh, come on. I was like, oh, I've turned into this weird curmudgeon old lady. I heard the video back and someone would scare the crap out of me. And I go, oh, come on.
It's like Maud, your B. Arthur over there.
Yes,
just not
it
having
is.
any.
Yeah, but it was all fear. That was just
Oh,
tap on it. Yeah.
yeah. You get mad with fear. Remember the dental episodes? We've talked about how you just get angry.
Yes.
And meanwhile, I have panic attacks and cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, good. Well, and how are the other ladies? Just squabbly,
think it was just-
squackly?
It was fun. Everybody was just having fun. Yeah, a couple of the scared ones like me sat in the middle of the hayride, and they drive you around through all this wackiness. And the coolest ones, which Balboa Park has, is when they have the fog where you really can't see anything in front of you. And on one of the haunted hayrides, the fog was up to the edge of the hayride thing we're on, because they actually pull you with the tractor through Griffith Park. But it was really through a parking lot. They moved it, so it was less cool. But people pop their heads up out of the fog right next to you. So that was like scary. And they do that at the haunted trail. You're going to be in fog, and people, I think that's the best effect. And then they'll do the jump scare noises. Oh, the freakiest one, the guy had a buzzsaw. They had the and chasing you with a
all right, I'm gonna
noise right in your face.
I'm gonna post the pictures that came around, I think last year, of they had some haunted house somewhere that would flash pictures of people right when they got jump scared, probably with a noise too.
Yeah, I could tell because they had their ears covered.
Speaking of flash pictures, what about our red light in Scottsdale?
Oh, you tell that story. Oh no!
I don't know what's going to show up in the mail, but we were zooming down one of the highways trying to get to the conference before the big
meaning Joe.
Yeah, I was behind the wheel. I was in the big old Suburban, and we were trying to make it in time for the pajama party at the She Podcast Live thing. This was the big kickoff party. Everybody shows up in their PJs. Weens didn't get the memo. So what were you going to wear for PJs? You had like
my Tijuana PJ suit of just like underwear and a shirt.
Yeah. Mine was okay, but it was all wrinkled. I ended up ironing it and didn't even go. Anyway.
Oh, wait. I had
because we were so late.
I had my sloth bottoms.
Oh,
that's right.
Oh, yes. All right. Go to Instagram. I think it's Instagram, IGTV. It's a sloth sexy pajama dance for you. Right. So go to
someone revealed that they were watching it and they actually got excited about it was like your sex night with your husband when you were wearing your Follow Llama.
My Follow Llamas. You never know what PJs might.
They were Christmas llamas with little scarves of Christmas.
They're very sexy.
Got your hubby all excited.
No, he just doesn't care anymore. He says, whatever, take it off.
This is married life.
So we're going through this light. We're going through all these intersections and yada, yada, just talking. And in California, when a light turns yellow, if you have time, you will slow down and stop, as I usually do. Well, I was committed. This is a heavy ass Suburban going nice and fast. It turned yellow. If I had tried to stop, I would have been slamming on the brakes. Agree? Yeah. So it made sense to zoom through. And I know, or I remembered from driving school and all that, that once you're in the intersection, when it's yellow, you're fine. As long as your front wheels are in, right? And then it turned red kind of as my back wheels were crossing the other crosswalk. But there was a big flash of light, right? As I was saying, woohoo, because we made it through. And this huge flash of light, and it does the thing with the old-fashioned cameras where it goes digga 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 splash, right? So we had a few pre-lights flashing in our eyes, and I think that made both of us go, huh? With open mouths.
Drop jawed, like, oh.
Yeah, oh. And then boosh, the big flash.
Yeah.
And that might be the picture that shows up in the mail is Weens and Mouse sitting there going, huh?
Because we're both like, oh fuck,
yeah,
that's what happens. Because we, there's a million lights here. I see all the cameras all the time that have them, but they just don't do it anymore.
I think flash you, blind you, man.
No, they never
crashed.
I think they don't use them because there were so many discrepancies. I think they got rid of them here.
I hope they do too. Mom had to fight one in Arizona, I think, and she got hers thrown out. But you have to go back to that court to fight it. Anyway, I wasn't going to tell Dave. He teases me about anything that costs money, and then he hangs it over my head for years. It's a whole thing. So I'm like, you know what? He doesn't need to know. I'm the one that gets the mail. I'll just grab it, pay it on one of my credit cards. He doesn't look at the statements. It's my credit card.
We'll find out if he listens to the podcast. What happens?
Ooh, but it's not a good test because I did tell him last night.
Oh, you're too
I was
honest.
laying there and at first he goes, Joel. Oh, the shame. And then I'm like, okay, buddy, Mr. Run Red Lights. He's the worst. I'm like, you totally would have run that. No, I would. Bullshit. Yes, you would have. And I know you get red light tickets. And he's like, actually, I'm pretty professional at getting red light tickets. He gets a lot. And I think he does the same thing. He quick pays them too. So there's some couples therapy for you. We
You're
need
a very
to
speedy couple.
be more honest with each other. I'm usually not, but anyway, that one's for the books. We'll see if it shows up. If it does,
Yeah.
I will
Put it in
definitely be
post.
posting that. That'll be our new
one.
cover photo. But
Okay, best part of the conference
Yes.
that you loved. And okay, can you tell anyone anything, first of all, about that? And then what you want to tell them about podcasting? There's a lot of people who ask me how to get into it.
yeah,
I don't want
well,
to tell them that you know everything because then they'll ask you.
No, I mean, there's so many resources out there. There's a million Facebook groups. Everybody's so nice and kind, and they'll point you in the right direction. So yeah, if anyone does want to start a podcast, you're listening to this and you think, wow, I could do that. Listen to these bozos. I can do what they're doing. I will point you in the right direction. I'll point you in the right direction. But I would say takeaways from this really were kind of when you're doubting yourself and that little inner voice is saying, why are you doing this? Just give up. I mean, it's stupid. You've only got this many downloads, blah, 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 blah. All the self-talk that we do that talks us out of something, imposter syndrome, right? Who am I to be telling people what to do? Look around and know that all these other people are doing it with gusto, and you can be too. And there's all these supports for you, and your voice is important. And we all have something to say, and we're all important to be out there in the world. And so get your voice out, even if you're helping, I don't know, 10 people with whatever your skill is. If you're going to teach them something, if you're going to make them laugh, if you're just going to commiserate with them, talking about movies, whatever it is, get it out there. And it's easy. They've made it so easy for you now. You can.
I will say, though, I just heard a podcast of two ladies and they're doing well now. They were interviewed on Brene Brown. They just wrote a book about friendship. And the whole concept was how difficult it is you have to make a lot of effort in friendships. And, and a lot of people in this culture, especially, say that you do, they think it's a quick, easy thing. Like you should just have friends and your primary person, family, and your partner. And all the friends we put secondary here in this culture usually. But anyway, point is they said they showed up every week. They set a schedule. They stuck to it regardless. And Brene Brown was saying that too, that their motto was the train will leave at this time. And whether you're on it or not, it's going. So they would just show up and do it every week. And they finally got traction after like 8 years. It was a long time.
I think that's it. Yeah, it's that slow build for podcasts that are really independent. And, you know, we're not out there. We never have bought followers. We're not going to pay a producer or an editor probably ever. I don't know. I mean,
shit.
I know we're stuck doing this, but hopefully it'll get out there, and the people that need to hear us and be friends with us and get something from us will find us and then tell their friends. So if you are one of those people, do tell your friends. That's the number one thing that I remember from the podcast conference is, you know, talk about podcasts, tell your friends to listen, just talk about it, talk about wherever you are. This is who you are. I'm a podcaster. Don't just say, oh, I do this silly thing on the side. Say, own it. Like,
which is what we both do. So and you do too. And that lady called you on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember?
Wait,
you were like,
lady?
oh, it's just a hobby. Remember we had dinner at the conference with the lady who was, I don't know anything.
Oh,
what does she do?
Advertising. Yeah. Right. The way I introduced it was like, oh, you know, small potatoes. We're nobody. But yeah, she was like, wait, yep. Yes, you are. So, right. Self-check.
Are we doing stuff with her?
Yeah, we're already in that network. I might look
What
into
impresses you, Joelle? What makes you want to say, I want to work
No,
with
they
you?
do have impressive stuff. I reached out to the manager of it, and I'm like, I want to find like-minded podcasts so we can all share audiences, because I think that's
Mhm.
key too, is if we find podcasts like Brilliant Observations, we're kind of the same type of podcast. We like having fun and talking, and we get a little real, but mostly goofy. And so their listeners should be listening to us. Our listeners should be listening to them. Let's kind of put it all together and grow together. Same with Lisa and Sam. I shake my head with Lisa and Sam. They're of that. The girls at Book of Lies, like all these kind of female podcasts. And we love our dudes at Podfix too.
Yeah.
And they're super supportive too. And so many
Yeah.
great duos there. So I don't want to exclude all the guys, but there's something special about women rising up and lifting our voices, because societally we're pretty quiet. This gender kind of takes the back seat. So it's nice to
So we can get some ladies
be
on
around.
Podfix. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have women, but yeah, we need to represent. So
Yeah. That's great. Yay.
yeah. So was that your takeaway, was to show up for that train? Was it an accountability thing, or?
Yeah, I think so. That's why also I was taking my 1:00 appointment very seriously. Because
yes,
also
you
I
were.
thought we were setting like 100%, like we are doing this, we are kicking it off this week, but I understand things happen and I could be flexible. Ooh.
Well, I was telling you every
Time.
single time I changed it, and I would change it on
Like
the
15
calendar.
minutes before. This is the story of my life in Los
Oh.
Angeles too, because it's been just a little buggy lately with I'll do the same thing of like 5:00. I have to do the thing where I take a walk around the lake with that person and da 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 da. Okay. And I'll niche out everything. And then people have been canceling like 10 minutes before. And I'm just like, "Ugh, why?" It's not a big deal, but your brain, maybe I'm more of a OCD type that just kind of latches on to like, or maybe I'm just getting old. I've got a doctor's appointment at 4:00 next week, Wednesday. And then
this is good though. This really is a flip of the script, because we, as a family, I speak for me and Mom, I guess, used to be like, Julianne, are you coming to this dinner? And it was like, well, I think so, but I don't know. And we stopped thinking you would make it. We started planning on, she won't be here. If she does show up, great, bonus. But we're setting our bar here. She won't show up, because you used to not show up. You waited till the last minute to figure out the best plans or whatever was going on. And so it was always, yay, bonus. And we finally got that figured out. We were like, yeah, this is great. No expectations. And now you're the one that has expectations for other people. So you've really come full circle, Weens. I have to hand it to you. And you do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to be there, you are there, which is very good. So
thank you.
Tra la la. Here we go.
Someone's adulting. I
You
was going to write a
are.
book called Adulting in Your 40s.
Nice.
I'm just kidding.
Probably
All
already
right.
exists. There's so many out there.
I know.
Weens, you're the best. I'm sorry
I
if I came
love
across
you.
strong, but love is hard sometimes. What are you gonna do?
Love is a battlefield.
Love is a battlefield.
Did you ever get into Pat Benatar? Is that who that
No,
is? Oh.
but her cousin was our PE teacher at
Really?
high school. Her brother. Yeah. Mr. Benatar. That was her brother. Forget it. I don't know. Anyway, I would like to say thank you to all of our listeners. If you do want to tell your friends, we would love it. And we do want to grow, right? We're not just small potatoes. We do want to grow. And we want this to be
big
the best
shit.
thing. We are. We're big potatoes. Really big. Like the one on your head. A nice fun. We are on YouTube. We're on Instagram at Mouse and Weens. You can find everything at mouseandweens.com. Please use Dream Dinners 99 if you're San Diego and get $99 off. That's a great thing. Support our sponsor. Anything else, Weens?
No, I think I love you.
Yeah,
all
right
of
in, you guys.
All those people listening. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. This does jazz us up. All right. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay,
right,
we
can you
turn
stay
it
on?
off?
Can you talk about your house?
I don't want to. I feel weird. I feel like someone's going to find it and then it'll be shitty.
Can you just talk about the party? Just what happened?
All that happened was they put a gouge in my chair. It's not a good story.
And they broke the back of another one, right? Like
no.
a slat came out? Oh.
No, that was it. It just bummed me out. But I guess we're talking about it, so I'll talk about it. Here's the moral of the story for me.
Yeah.
I left to the conference with you, and the front house lovely man asked if his son could have a party back there, which was fine, but I took in all my cushions because they're all white, so they wouldn't get spillage of whatever all over. And I figured it was going to be a little raucous. So, but then I came back and I said, all right, it looks okay, except for everything was everywhere, but that's all right. It wasn't that bad. And then I noticed the teak chair that Blake gave me for my birthday. It had a big gouge in it and it was all crumpled over. And then I started getting hot-headed. I was like, you little fudgers. And then I had to
back off. Fudgers?
Yeah, little fudgers.
Wow.
But it was just like, how things build. So I couldn't find my bike pump one day, and I used to ride my bike like every day, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked for an hour, and then I happened to walk by the back patio because I was like, they might be the types to do this. And then I saw it was sticking out from under the table, like the leg, my bike pump. And I was like, why just put it back?
They just helped themselves. It was definitely in your backyard. Like,
yeah, it was always right by my bike. And then
yeah,
it's just like that kind of, and then like he borrowed a fan a year ago and I saw it still as a part of their decor in there, and I haven't said anything because I'm like, they're nice enough people. They are nice people, and I give credit to artists who are sometimes oblivious and just a little in there. And when someone's nice, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to be a total jerk. I'm just whatever.
Right. You have to live there. Yeah.
Yeah. But you choose your battles, and then, but it was just like that built. And then the kids were in the backyard the other night. They came in at 1:00 in the morning and were super loud, just like full volume talking, like right by my window that's open because it's hot and you need air. And they were in the backyard, but they were like standing out there for a while. Right. And I'm going, and I couldn't sleep from like 2 until 6 in the morning. And then my next day was all messed up. And I chose not to say anything because I was going, well, I was 17 once, and I'm sure I've done stuff like that, and it doesn't happen all the time. But then with the chair and that, and then the bike thing and a couple other things, I felt like it needed to, if I didn't say anything, nobody knows. And I think I'm used to being I handle things passive aggressively. Where did I learn this? My big sister.
Hey, mom.
Wait,
mom.
okay. So
no, it's just it's a path for a certain personality. A lot of personalities do this. We don't need
I hate confrontation. I hate it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not blaming,
but without setting those boundaries, people think, oh, it's okay. Little kids will always test it, right? So, if I could do that, then I must be able to throw a party. Well, if I can throw a party, then I can just go into her house. Who knows what's next, right? And you've had that happen. The guy let himself into your house.
Yeah, so, I think it's just setting things, and nobody knows until you say something. So,
so did you say anything?
I did. I sent a text, and
tell me. What did it say?
It just said, "Oh, that's my cat snoring." It sounded like that.
It's the neighbor in the window.
Like, he's in my house.
Heard that.
But yeah, no, it was just like, I was like, hey, someone had a party. That's how I opened it, because I was worried I was being too harsh otherwise.
That was the subject line?
No, I mean, I could read it here.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, looks like someone had a party. I got back in my chair. Chaise lounge was crumpled over and someone gouged it. My friend gave this to me for my birthday, and it's teak wood. I get it. Mistakes happen. I don't want anything, but I wanted you to know. And a few times I've been woken up by them in the middle of the night back here. I haven't said anything because I was 17 once, but could you ask them not to come back after 10 or 11 p.m., especially on work nights? Last time they were super loud and woke me out of a dead sleep at 1 to 4 a.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep when I brought you the wallet. Ruins the next day's productivity. I wanted to say something because I'm feeling like it needs to be pointed out if you don't know. And my bike tire was flat and I went to pump it up. Is this boring?
No, I'm riveted.
Okay, good. And my bike tire was flat and I went to pump it up and I couldn't find my pump anywhere. Pump. Then one day I happened to walk by and see it sticking out from under a table in your patio. I'm super okay with borrowing anything as long as it makes it back. Thanks. You are all great people.
By the way, the fan You didn't
I
mention
didn't
the
mention because I
fan.
felt like I was just getting, it was like so,
Here's the
it's a
laundry
30
list. of
yeah,
things.
it was getting to be, I had to pick my few top ones.
Okay.
Thanks, you were all great people. I like living here. I just really felt I had to communicate this so I don't hold on to any feelings of resentment. And this is awkward for me, but I'm working on honest communication versus not addressing anything, which is my default. So that's it. Thanks for listening.
Well, very nice. I like it. Did he
You
write
don't like
back?
the end. You don't like the end.
Well,
You
you
think I was
shouldn't
too
have to
apologetic.
apologize. Yeah.
Okay.
But that is who you are, and that's fine. I mean,
Maybe
he
that's the
chose to write that.
backpedaling. That's what
I do that
people
too,
tell
though.
me.
I'll sit there and I'll be like assertive, and then the last line I'll be like, sorry to be so assertive, but
Yeah.
and it's like you don't need to do that, but that's
I
fine.
know.
It's already
I
out there. That's
know.
good. You got it out. Hopefully, you didn't spend too much time.
Well, that's what you had said. You were like, don't think about it too long. Just like say
Yeah.
something. And finally I was sitting here for like 2 days and I was still like, how do I handle this? What do I do? And I was
Yeah.
doing school stuff, but it was still
You can't focus, and it's always on the back of your
no.
mind.
And I knew I was just feeling, and what it feels like, the deeper feeling is being kind of trampled on. You're just kind of
Yes.
being disrespected. And
Right.
so it was a bigger, deeper theme that was running through with like,
Yes.
and it's been for a couple years of just like,
Yeah.
and they might not even know, and they would never know unless I said anything. So
Yeah. Good.
he was
Good.
very sweet. He said, I'll replace it. I said, no, it's okay. You don't need to do that, but just maybe you could talk to him. He's like, I'm really sorry that's terrible. I don't know what he said. It's like, it's not right. And I want to make it right. I'll talk to him.
Good. Good.
It's fine. They are very good people. I just think some people are just a little more oblivious to their surroundings.
Yeah, totally.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And he kept parking his car where people couldn't get out because, yeah, it's just one of those brains that's like, I'm just going to mow right down the middle of this thing and everyone around me, it doesn't even enter the equation. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
maybe spectrumy, perhaps it might be.
Yeah, it could be. And
something.
he's kind of known, like even his friends and stuff were like, oh, you know him. He's just,
Out
and
to
it's
lunch.
a sweet, it's
Nutty
a
professor kind of thing.
artistic brain thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I can
yeah.
relate to that too, except I've got the hyper vigilance in the other direction of like, I don't want to bother him. I don't want to, I would like almost too much. So I'm
Right.
probably more that. Are you like that?
Yeah, I'm more like you with that for sure. And I don't think I'm oblivious to things, although I can be very black and white and send a text and then look at it back and say, oh, the tone could be taken a whole different way than I meant it.
Yeah.
So I could be a little softer sometimes in my delivery of messages, perhaps.
Good
But
to know.
yeah, but most times I'm like, I'm in a hurry and I'm busy and I have somewhere else to go. So I can't spend a whole lot of time nuancing words.
Which is probably better because I'm obsessive. I
Well.
think about things way too much. Like I thought about those cushions. Should I bring the cushions in? Should I not? Maybe I could say it rained. It rained last Tuesday. I could say I took them in because of rain, and then they won't think I did it because. And it was like, just take the fudging cushions in.
Fudging again. Yeah.
Well,
I'm kidding. I'm glad.
trying
Thank you.
not to say the big
That's
Fs.
good. That's good. No more big
Hey,
Fs.
but
And-
okay, how do you think that was? Do you think that was to the point or too long or what?
No, I think it was good. I think that was, you said what you wanted to say. I think it's very good. I want to know how they gouged the thing out. You should find out what the story is. Say, did you talk to them? What's the story? How did the gouge happen?
Why does it matter though?
I don't know. Don't you want to know if they were like humping around on there or something? Like what was going on? Throwing knives?
I've got 2 spies between the plants I can ask.
Yes. Ask Ernie and his wife. Yeah.
No, I did. I talked to him. I was like, so what happened?
Oh, what'd they say?
He just said, he goes, I can't understand part of it. So, because the language barrier, but it was like 8 people. He goes, a lot of this.
Smoking weed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is fine. It's like, I don't care as long as stuff doesn't get ruined. And I'm gone.
Ruined.
If I were here though, and I had to be here for some reason and that shit was going on, I'd be like, oh, I probably would have like packed right then.
Yeah. Do you think you could have a talk with him now that you've opened it up and be like, so did you talk to them and do they agree to the 10 o'clock rule? And also I'm going to rope off this area and this is my stuff. Don't go in here. Like how can you address the space part of it when they are there?
I think it's not something I can, or if I did, I would have to be a question of like, what are the rules of the space? And I know the answer, or I'm,
We
or
share
I
it.
think, yeah, because they do. I'm a renter. And I think it's always been, he was nice enough to ask if the kid could throw a party back there. So I think he still considers it my space, but it's been definitely hasn't really felt like that at all through this whole.
We made it too nice. We prettied it up too much. That was what you were worried about. I can't believe that happened. It came to fruition.
Intuition. Sometimes I have a feeling. By the way, I've been having that a lot lately, and for people that call.
Ooh,
I just had one yesterday. My friend Shannon, and I had just been thinking about her on the hike this morning. I haven't talked to her in months, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to call her today and see." And she called, and then that's happened a couple of times lately. Ahmed, he's coming.
Oh yeah. He's going to be in town.
Yeah,
he should. Is he going to stay with Akello?
I don't know. He's going to go see him. We're all going out. Akello, me, and Ahmed on Friday night. We'll go to Bon Vivant.
Ooh, fun. Take some pictures. That's a Mouse and Weens trifecta.
And you're staying here Sunday, right?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the concert's at 5. I'm so excited.
Yay.
It's going to be Coldplay. Charlotte's. Yeah. Coldplay, Black Eyed Peas, Shawn Mendes, Doja Cat. He's this cute little, these are all pop stars right now.
Are you excited for all of them?
Yeah, I kind of am. I like them all. We listen to that Hits One station on Sirius XM, and it's all those artists, so it's cute. And
what about
like maybe Justin Bieber will pop in and do there's a Kid Leroy song that he duos with him, and I'm like, he lives in LA, he might show up. And Charlotte's like, it's so exciting. I think. I don't know.
Do you like Justin Bieber?
I mean, just for the star quality of it, it'd be neat to be like, yep, I saw Justin Bieber. I don't know. He's such an icon of this generation, right? Even
why don't you just go to the restaurants where celebrities hang out and
no,
actually see
it's not
celebrities?
Even that. It's just kind of
like a fun feature of the night.
Yeah, a live music thing that they're there at.
Yeah,
would be like, yeah, I saw them live. It's kind of like I collect my little ticket stubs, and I'm like, here are the concerts I've been to, and these are the artists I've seen, and it's kind of a neat thing to check off your list. I don't know. Right?
Would you go to other big concerts or just Coldplay because you like them so much?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of out of that scene, but I could see getting back into it. It is kind of fun to when you know all the music and you can sing along and it's a vibe. Like I have a good friend, Stephanie, who goes to tons of shows, and she'll continue to probably till the day she dies. Like that's her thing. And she used to go with her husband. Now she goes with her girlfriend, and they go see everything, even the cover bands, like of music that they like. So the 80s cover bands are their favorite, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So anyway, that's,
I think I'm getting old. I just don't want to stand.
I know there is that. I like the sit down ones. I would love to see James Taylor. He's coming around with Jackson Brown. I think that would be cool. I've wanted to see who's our beach boy that you saw with Dad. He's
Brian
coming
Wilson.
around. Yeah, Brian Wilson is always touring, and like it'd be kind of cool just to be like, yeah, I saw them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I'm
glad
glad
Jack White.
Oh, right. Did you listen to that new song I sent you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's good. You'll like it. And then I sent you another one. I'm like, oh, this reminds me of that. So check your email.
Thank you, Joe. Okay.
All right, we'll close it out. Thank you. Thank you, patrons. Who do we have?
Thanks, guys.
Let's list our friends' names. Okay, we have Carla.
Yay!
Carla, the maker of my purple hair. It's extra purple because of the light, but she actually did put a purple dye in it now.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I have kind of maroonish hair.
Oh, cool.
My big part. Let's see. We have Jody.
Yay, Jody.
Fun local friend. I actually happened to drive past her the other day, and she held up her Mouse and Weens mug. That we sent her. So that was super sweet. I know.
I love Jody. She's cool.
Yeah, super cool.
She's out there on Instagram, like brave and
puts
I
it
love
all
it.
out. Yeah.
The power. Yeah.
It's great. I know. Yeah. I'll do a little link. Maybe we can we can poke everybody on
Yeah.
Instagram. And then we have Mom, of course, sweet
Thanks, Mom.
Joyce Carter. Everybody knows and loves Mom. In
Mm.
fact, talking to Melissa from Brilliant Observations at the conference, she said, I love all the interactions with you and your mom. So I told Mom that and was like, yeah, we need to do more of that and bring you in more. And we have a ton
Everyone loves Mom.
of
It's
footage
amazing.
with her. So we have to bring that in and tape.
She's lovable.
I know. So Mom,
Yeah.
let's see, who else do we have? We have Kara is our new patron.
Thank you, Kara.
Did I say that right? Jada. I'm sorry. I have the A's and the K's and the J's all mixed up. It's Jada. And
Oh
she's
yeah, I saw Jada.
our newest patron. So thank you, Jada.
Thank you, Jada. You're
And
so
I want to know who
kind.
this Jada is. I don't know her, but if she's a new listener, that's wonderful. So thank you, Jada. And who am I missing? Oh, and of course, Megan. And I sent Megan our water bottle, and she did a big post about it at the soccer field.
So sweet. We love Megan. Thank you.
Yeah, she's the best. She posts gorgeous food, also vegan.
She's vegetarian, vegan.
Vegan. Yeah. And she finds all the good gems in San Diego, and she posts pictures of stuff she cooks, and it's just amazing.
I'm gonna make you guys vegan if I move in.
Oh my gosh, I know. Well, let's do it. We'd
Wouldn't that be
do
fun?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
let's try. I can't promise that the boys will, but Dave has said before he wants to quit meat.
Yeah.
And yeah,
like it.
I'm down. So
Okay. Woohoo!
I'm just all about laziness. I want it to be easy.
I'll help you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. That's it. Thank you guys, and tell your friends, and we love you.
We love you. Bye.
All right. Bye. And
Bloop, bloop.